Okay, let me give you an update. I made a video and I said I was gonna make an update, but once I have everything set up, uh, for those people that watch my video, those 20 people that watch my video, that wasted time watching my video, this is the final. And some problem. I still have problems, but let me just give you my final setup. All right. So the first thing that I did, um, I told you that I connected the PWM to the, to, it's right there in the middle of the red, and then the ground to the trigger and low. When I did that, when I was doing my original setup, I didn't have nothing on the bottom of this thing, so I would turn it on and off, and I didn't notice. But once I had a piece of wood, when I would turn it off and then turn it back on, there's this burst. The laser would turn on for I'm gonna say 1 or 2 seconds, and then it will shut off. So what I end up doing to fix the problem, I did try that the transistor. Where it go? Here it is. I tried that transistor with a 150 k ohm resistor, and it did work. I had to put out 550k, but I was getting this really really hissing sound, so I took it off, and then I went with my I had this laying around, the MOSFET switch. This one worked. The only thing I noticed is if I switch this one to this side, I still get the problem. I don't know why. But when because when I tested it, everything worked good, and then when I put everything back together, uh, I turned it on and off, and then I had the same problem. What did I do different? Because so I ended up figuring out that if I reverse this one's the ground, then it fixed my problem. Anyways, that one is the same thing. It's just a relay, a MOSFET relay, and I'm using it the same way with my other relay, using the same pin, the 5 volts. So that gives it 5 volts to that, and then that turns on, and then allows the ground to go through. When it turns off, then there's no ground going through. So that's the main setup on that. Yeah. So with that, keep that in mind. So now we're going to all the other issues that I had. The one very very disappointing thing is that when I was doing laser engraving on the for pictures, I'm still getting these dots, random dots all over the place, and I still haven't figured out. That was a really bummer for me because that's the main thing why I wanted it to do the conversion. So hopefully I'll figure it out. If not, I'm gonna have to buy what's it, the cohesion board or the mini girdle from Awesome Tech. But everything else works pretty good. Here's some examples that I did. Just the regular cutting and everything, it works pretty good. I don't have no problems. That one I did it at 50 millimeters per second. With the same power, this is only 20 millimeters per second, and I can see the difference. The only thing, see on the 50, you can see, man, you can see that some of the spots didn't cut or engrave. All right, so that's that. So everything's working pretty decent when it comes to doing all this kind of stuff, but except for the engraving on the pictures. So this is what I end up doing. I'm not a professional at this, so I used this program here called Open Build. So when I was browsing through this, I didn't tell you, when I barely started, I had problems moving, the axis. I think I was only able to move one axis. I believe it was X. The Y didn't want to move. I couldn't home it. It wouldn't home. I hit home and nothing would happen. I just hear this little click and hissing sound. Nothing happened. So on this one, I was browsing through this thing. I went here and I was browsing through the wizard, and I saw this here, firmware flushing. I clicked on it. I put all my parameters there, the 2 axis, and then I believe the bore or other stuff. This is not the right I forgot what I put. I think I put oh yeah, Adreno Uno. I put the Adreno Uno, and then everything else stayed the same, and then I flushed it, and to my surprise, everything worked pretty good, you know. So once I flushed it, everything started working. The only difference I saw is that instead of giving me the version 1.1H, I believe it gave me the G, but that's working for me right now. So yeah, so this is what I did, and after that I went up here. There's the GRBL settings, and I started messing around with the settings here, you know, getting everything to what I wanted. My most important things that I changed was 157 for the x-axis step per millimeters, and the 120, yeah, 121 and 120. This ones I'm still messing with this acceleration, but that one, it was only a 10. It was running super slow, you know. I thought it was the maximum speed per minute. I changed that to 20,000, and it still wouldn't do nothing. So until I changed that to 200. I actually was messing around with some other settings, but that, you know, right now for me 200 is somewhere where when it's comfortable. But yeah, other than that, everything's working pretty good. If I could figure out the speckling or the dots on the engraving pictures, I'll let you guys know. Other than that, otherwise I'm gonna switch to I'm gonna switch back to my k40 whisper, and then hopefully because right now the way I see it is right now, it's working like if I had a k40 whisper, you know, except that now I could use Lightburn. But that was not my point. My intention was to be able to do engraving, so it's not working at the time. But everything else, it seems to be working. If you guys are content with that, then if you guys gonna start this project, good luck to you guys. And if you guys figure out how to fix that speckling problem, hopefully you don't have the problem. But if you figure out, please let me know. Thank you.